So students, open the content page first. Content page from your book. So here I'm marking your syllabus for Essay 1 exam, that is chapter 2, 3, 4, 7, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4 and chapter 7 plus model test paper 1. So this is your syllabus for Essay 1 exam, the coming Essay 1 exam. Now model test paper 1, all the question answers from model test paper 1 you will have to learn. If the chapter is not there, suppose any question is there in model test paper 1 from chapter 1 and chapter 5 and chapter 6, that also you will have to read. Okay, so the full model test paper 1 you will have to read for the coming Essay 1 exam. Now from chapter 2, 3, 4 and 7, yesterday we have revised chapter 2 and chapter 3. So we have completed revision of these two chapters. Today we are going to revise chapter 4 and chapter 7. So what we will do today, chapter 4 and chapter 7, we will revise these two chapters. And yesterday, as I have told you few important questions, today also I will tell you some important questions and diagrams that you will have to practice from these chapters. So keep your copy also with you so that you can note down the questions and the diagrams. So now open page number 25, chapter 4. Adaptations in animals. The first question that may come from this part is, what is habitat? What is habitat? The place where animals live is called habitat. Okay. According to the habitat, animals are divided into how many groups? According to the habitat, how many groups of animals are there? How many groups of animals are there according to their habitat? So you will have to write there are 5 groups of animals, or animals are divided into 5 groups according to their habitat. They are, you will have to write just like this: terrestrial animals, aquatic animals, amphibian animals, arboreal animals, and aerial animals. Okay. Now, what are terrestrial animals? The animals that live on land are called terrestrial animals. And then write some examples like elephant, dog, rhino, etc. Write 2 or 3 features of terrestrial animals. 2 or 3 features of terrestrial animals. If the question is write some features about terrestrial animals, then you first thing you should do that you look at the number or marks that the question carries. If the question carries 2 marks, then always write 3 features. And if the question carries 3 marks, then always write 4 features. Okay. So the number of points that you should write should be 1 more than the marks that the question carries. If there is 1 mark for the question, you should write 2 points or 2 features. If there is 2 marks for the question, you should write 3 points or 3 features. So some features of terrestrial animals are, see, some animals breathe with the help of lungs. Animals have well-developed nervous system and sense organs. Now you all know what are the sense organs: ear, eye, nose, tongue, and skin, right? These are the 5 sense organs that we have. So they have proper or well-developed nervous system and sense organs. They have strong legs that help them to run fast. And they crawl along, they can even crawl along the ground. They have thick skin. Now here, some features of camels are written here that helps them to stay alive or to survive in the desert region. What are they? Okay, who can tell me some features? Who can tell me one feature or one characteristic feature of camel that helps them to survive in the desert region? So many hands are raised here. Okay, let's see. Azadur, you unmute your device and tell me. The same question you have seen in the model test paper 1 also, right? Azadur, unmute your device.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, you tell me any one feature of camels that help them to survive in the desert region.
Ma'am, camels have long legs to keep them off from the hot sand and help them to keep them warm.
Very good. So they have long legs to protect themselves, not to help them to keep themselves warm. The long legs help them to protect themselves from the heat of the sand, right? Okay, now another feature of camel. Who can tell me? Afrina Khatun. Afrina, you unmute your device. Yes, tell me another feature of camel that helps them to survive in deserts. Can you tell that answer, Afrina? Unmute your device.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. I'll tell. And yes, they also have a hump to store food to cope the scarcity of water and food.
To store the camels have humps to store the scarcity of water. That means lack of water. Okay, when there is lack of water in the desert, we all know that very few or very less amount of water is present there, right? So they have scarcity of water, means they have lack of water. Okay, so this is why they can store extra water and food in their hump. What is the hump of camel? In this picture also you can see that this camel has a hump.
Yes, ma'am.
This one. So in this hump, they can store extra water and food for future. Okay. Now, see here, the polar bears and penguins. The polar bear and penguins, they live in the polar region where there is very cold, right? So what helps them to keep their body warm in that cold temperature? Who can tell me the answer? Shushnata. Okay. Yes, unmute your device.
Yes, ma'am.
So what helps the polar bear? What helps the polar bear and the penguin to keep their body warm in that cold temperature?
They have a thick coat of fur that protects them from cold.
So they have a thick coat of fur. Penguins do not have a thick coat of fur. Something they both have. They both have something in common.
These animals have a layer of fat called blubber
Yes,
in their
this
body.
one. Very good. This one is the correct answer. So yes, the polar bears have thick coat of fur, white fur, that helps them to keep their body warm. But as I have asked you that what is the feature that is common in both penguins and polar bear that helps them both to keep their body warm? That is blubber. Blubber is the layer of fat present exactly beneath their skin. Right after their skin, they have a fat or thick layer of fat. That the name of that layer of fat is blubber. So that blubber or layer of fat helps them to keep their body warm. Beside that, one more extra feature of penguins is there. They do something. They have a particular habit to keep themselves warm. Can anyone tell me that? Nusaiba Parveen. Nusaiba, unmute your device.
Penguins move in groups to keep themselves warm.
Very good, very good. So this is a special habit of penguins that they always move from one place to another in groups. Suppose like 5 or 10 penguins together they move to keep themselves warm. Very good, Nusaiba.
Doubt.
Yes, tell me what doubt you have.
Ma'am, you do not send the question answer of 3 chapter and 4 chapter. I have not.
Chapter 3 and chapter 4. Yes, it is sent in the study material. You check it. You check. It is already sent in the. You have written it in the chat section, and I have replied also. After you have written it in the chat section, I have rechecked it. Okay, I have rechecked it, and I could find the question answers of chapter 3 and 4 in the study material section. You go to the previous, because we have. Yes, chapter 3 and chapter 4, both question answers are given in the study material. Okay, you just check it properly, and it is also written there that the name of the chapter is also written there in the folder's name. Okay, you check it. If you can't find, still if you can't find, you tell me in the next class. You check it again. If you can't find it, you tell me in the next class. Then I will see what I can do. I will share you in some other way. Okay. Now the next question you can see here, next part is about aquatic animals. Okay. Okay, now the next question is 3 features of fishes that helps them to swim under the water. Okay, 3 features of fishes that help them to swim under the water. Paushali, you unmute your device.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, Paushali, can you tell me any one feature or any one characteristic feature of fishes that help them to swim under the water?
Ma'am, can you hear me properly?
Yes, I can hear you.
मैम आपका आवाज कुछ काट काट कर जा रहा है.
So you cannot hear me properly. Okay, so there is a network problem, I think. Okay, so let's see. Trisha Bera. Trisha, you unmute your device.
Yes, ma'am.
So Trisha, can you tell me any one feature of fishes that help them to swim under the water?
Yes, ma'am, I can tell. That
Okay.
tails help them to change the decision in water.
What helps them to change the direction in water? Their tail, right? Yes, very good. So fishes have a tail that help them to change the direction in water. Okay, very good. That is one feature. And another characteristic feature of fishes that help them to swim under the water. Nora Jali. Sheikh Nora Jali, you unmute your device.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am,
Yes.
I tell?
Yes. That feature that Trisha told, don't tell that one. Except that you tell another one. Okay.
Okay. Fishes have flippers to swim under the water.
Flippers. No, fishes do not have flippers. Fishes have fins.
Sorry, ma'am, fins.
Fins. Who has flippers? Tell me the
Ma'am,
names of 2 animals.
Seal, turtle, and whale.
Yes, seals, turtles, and whales. They have flippers. Flippers are stronger than the fins. Okay. Flippers are not legs, not like legs, and not like fins. They looks like fin, but they are stronger than the fins, and they also have claws. Okay, flippers also contain claws so that they can catch the fishes to eat. So seals, turtles, and whales have flippers, and fishes have fins to swim under the water. And how do the fishes respire? Swarnakshi, you unmute your device and tell me. How do they breathe under the water? Fishes, how do the fishes breathe under the water?
The fishes breathe with the help of their gills.
So fishes breathe with the help of their gills. Very good. Now, the next question is, tell me the names of 2 aquatic animals that have webbed feet. That have webbed feet. The names of two aquatic animals that have webbed feet. Rajpreet Dhara. Yes, Rajpreet. Unmute your device. Rajpreet Dhara, unmute your device. Okay, I'm not getting any reply from Rajpreet. Okay, so on Anubhav Khara. Anubhav Khara. Anubhav Khara, you unmute. Okay. Yes, Rajpreet. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so can you tell me the names of two aquatic animals that have webbed feet?
Ma'am, duck and swan.
Duck and swan. Very good. Absolutely correct answer. So the names of two aquatic animals that have webbed feet are duck and swan. Now Anubhav Khara. Anubhav, you unmute your device.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Anubhav, you tell me what are amphibians?
Amphibians animals that live on both land and in water are called amphibians. Like
Very
frog,
good. Like frog, toad, salamander, etc. So the animals that can live both in water and on land, they are called amphibians. Very good. Now, what are arboreal animals? What are arboreal animals? Anjum Sahani. Anjum, you unmute your device. Yes, can you tell me what are arboreal animals? Yes, Anju.
Ma'am, can you
What?
give me 1 minute?
What are arboreal animals?
Animals? Hello, ma'am.
Yes, yes. You continue. You tell it.
Animals that live on trees are called arboreal animals.
Examples?
Monkeys, squirrels, chameleon are some arboreal animals.
Very good. Very good. Absolutely correct answer. Okay. Now the next question is, what are aerial animals? What are aerial animals? Farzana. Farzana Alam, you unmute your device. Farzana Alam, unmute your device. Yes, Farzana, can you tell me what are aerial animals?
Yes, ma'am. Animals that can fly are called aerial animals.
Example?
Birds, bats, and insects are aerial animals.
Very good. Absolutely correct answer. Now the next question is, tell me any one feature that birds have. Okay. Any one feature that helps the bird to fly, or any one feature of birds. Who can tell me? Mosim Sultana. Mosim, unmute your device. Yes. Can you tell me any one feature of birds that help them to fly?
Yes, ma'am. Birds have wings to fly. They have feathers in the
Feathers. Okay, feathers.
to keep them body warm.
Okay, okay. That is one. They have feathers that keep their body warm. And what helps them to fly? They have also hollow bones, right?
Hello. Yes.
That help them to fly. Okay, okay. Very good. Correct answer. Now, the next question is, what are herbivores? What are herbivores? Oishi Mondol. Oishi, unmute your device. So, Oishi, can you tell me what are herbivores?
Animals like
Cow, deer and giraffe are plant-eating animals. They have sharp front teeth to cut the grass and flat grinding teeth to chew fish. These
This
animals
is
are called herbivores.
okay. These animals are called herbivores. Very good. Okay. Now, next, what are carnivores? Ushmit Ghosh. Ushmit, yes. Can you tell me what are carnivores?
Yes, ma'am. Animals like lion, tiger, and eagle are flesh-eating animals. They have sharp pointed teeth to catch and hold their prey and to tear the flesh. Birds like eagle, owl, and vulture have hooked beaks to tear the flesh. They are called carnivorous.
Okay, these animals are called carnivorous animals. Very good. That is correct answer. Now next, what are omnivores? Enakshi Shamanto. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Animals like crow and deer eat both plants and flesh. They have flat and sharp teeth to grind the food and strong beak to tear the flesh.
Strong beak to tear the flesh. These animals are called omnivores. Okay, very good. Absolutely correct answer. Now, next, who will tell me about parasites? What are parasites? Anyone else who has not given answer today? Shirin Alam. Okay. Shirin, you unmute your device. You tell me something about parasites.
Animals that suck the blood.
A little bit louder. Shirin, a little bit louder. We can't hear you.
Now can you hear me?
Yes, now I can hear you properly.
Animals that have sucking tubes and that animals suck the blood from our body, that animals are called parasites. For example, tick, lice and mosquito.
Okay, very good. That one is also a correct answer. Okay, now see students, from this chapter, you don't have any diagram to draw. Okay, from this chapter, no diagram will come. From the previous chapter, some 4 or 5 diagrams and the life cycles of different animals and insects. I have sent it to the study material section. You must have seen it. You will have to practice them. And from the next chapter also, next chapter is also about safety rules. So in that chapter also, no diagram is there. So only diagrams will come from chapter 3 that I have sent you in the study material section. Okay, now the next question is, what is migration? What is migration? Who can tell me the answer? Okay, Sheikh Irfan. Sheikh Irfan, you unmute your device.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Irfan, can you tell me what is migration?
Yes, ma'am. Some birds of cold region leave their homes on travel to warmer areas to protect themselves to serve cold.
So this process is known as migration. The some birds, when they leave their home and they just leave from the colder regions and travel to warmer regions. Yes, that process is called migration. Okay, okay. Very good, very good. Correct answer. Now Parijat Mondol. Parijat Mondol, you unmute your device. Parijat, can you tell me what is hibernation? What is hibernation? Can you tell me that?
Some animals like snakes and lizards sleep during cold weather. They move in underground caves or holes and come out in summer. This process is called hibernation.
Very good. Absolutely correct answer. Very good. Okay, next question is, what is estivation? Shulagna Maiti, unmute your device, Shulagna. Okay, Shulagna, can you tell me what is estivation?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, some animals like crocodiles
And lungfish?
lungfish to go to sleep for a long time during summer are called estivation.
Okay, okay, okay. Very good. That is correct answer. Now the next question is, tell me the names of two animals that have sharp spines on their body. Tell me the names of two animals that have sharp spines on their body. Shampriti Khara. Shampriti, you unmute your device.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, can you tell me the names of two animals that have sharp spines on their body?
Yes, ma'am. Spiny anteater.
And
Spiny anteater.
spiny anteater is the name of one animal, and another one, I told you two animals. To tell me the names of two animals. One is spiny anteater. That is correct answer. And another one? Okay, let's see who can answer. Who can tell me the name of the other animal who has spiny, sharp spines? Ashia Farhin. Yes, Ashia.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
It's rhino and deer.
Yes, Ashia. Tell me the name of another animal that has sharp spines on their body.
Rhino and deer.
No. Sharp spines. Bear have polar bears and bears. They have thick fur. But I'm telling you about sharp spines. Porcupines, right? Porcupines and spiny anteater, they have sharp spines on their body, okay, to protect themselves from their enemies. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
So these are some important questions from this chapter that I have just asked you today. And now I'm going to take your attendance, so no one